I did the dab interview today.
Okay.
Where the three...
How did that go?
It went great. The three boys, they come over and they give me dabs, and then they ask me questions that they prepare based on their research into my life. It is like my wet dream. This is how I want all dates to go.
What did they ask you?
They ask me about how come I put all the adorable animals next to the harsh words. They ask me if politics affect my work. They ask me if I used to help with healing myself. And they very pointed questions about my work, and then I had pile of Snarky cards, and I just tend to them, and I make them read and laugh, and I look adorable, and I did dabs with them, and then I talked spastically but eloquently about political things. And about the history of Snarky cards, things I have done with cards, things that cards have done for me, that kind of thing. They record things, they give me dabs, they go away, they edit. In 6 weeks, maybe I get to see an interview, but they tell me that I am very entertaining. Yes, my house is clean. I was awake. I have all cards that I want to show off, from website, from poster, from whatever. And they tell me that I am very, very good at answering questions.
Wonderful.
Yes, it was like for an hour I got to be like Kathy Griffin in her D-list television show, which is what I want to be.
Okay.
I am coming out to you. I have never told anyone that I want to be Kathy Griffin.
Want to be Kathy Griffin?
Yes, I want to be Kathy Griffin.
Okay.
Yes.
It's good go.
Thank you very much. I feel like maybe if I record enough of my life, I can become Kathy Griffin. And this was step one. They tell me that I am obscure artist that they are trying to bring attention to. And then they give me secrets of how to make videos for cheapness.
So you were finally called obscure. That must be a big moment for you. No?
No, you are right. It makes me feel so good. Now I'm like Nirvana. Obscure is like 5 years away from mainstream.
This is good luck for a woman my age, eh?
Yes, exactly. So, yes, that is, I've been preparing for that all week. I've been trying to clean house and figure out what to say and what to do, and I'm sorry I have been ignoring you. I've been trying to get my clock ready so I could do this interview, and it went great. Good.
I'm happy.
Yes, I am happy. It makes me feel like I am making progress in life.
Yay!
So
I just have to fix my rearview mirror by adding many more layers of duct tape life force.
Did you say duct tape life force?
Yes.
I feel like duct tape life force should be like a movie about us.
Yes, well, it's just I find so many excuses and reasons to use duct tape that,
Yes, I know. It becomes the only thing that holds you together.
Right now, I'm headed to the bank
Jeez.
and to get Berkeley's prescriptions.
Oh, good.
Yes.
What is...
I mean, his doctor did say that he's mostly outgrown his asthma, so...
That is good. That is
That
good.
feels good.
That is good.
But I still stock up on albuterol anyway.
Yes.
And I make them fill an old medication for his allergies.
Good.
That he will not take, but I will.
Yes. Yes. Allergy medication is good.
I did end up watching Debate.
Oh no, I called you afterwards to make sure you did not. I watched for you.
Yes, I watched it with TYT.
Oh, okay. Okay, I watched with the majority of the reports, so maybe we catch different things. And I did not catch first part, so now you have to tell me what you think.
I watched the whole thing. It was exactly as I said it would be. A bunch of old white men shit-throwing.
Yes.
No one fact-checking, and no fucking mute button.
Yes.
Now, you know that if it were two women up there talking, they would absolutely have instituted a mute button.
Can't cut off the old white guys.
Standing up there, they were like, no, we couldn't possibly cut off the vice president or the president of the United States, even though they both sound like unhinged assholes.
Yeah. It's like the worst part was how slow they were throwing the shit. It was so...
like, I was so depressed. Like, I was hopeful when Biden threw denounce him right now. But if I'd been Biden, that was where I would have doubled down on being aggressive. I would have kept saying it. I would have been like, repeat after me, Mr. President.
Yeah.
I denounce white supremacy.
Yeah, I mean, honestly...
Say those words!
Biden gives up quicker than Pelosi. Biden is from that era of Democrat that just, like, if you step aside, then the other guy will just hang himself. And you never, ever, ever go for anyone because then you'll get in trouble. Ever. So Biden always gives up just a little too early. In the last debates, he did that too, where he was just like, I guess that's my time. He cut himself off. Like, he's not a good politician at all. He's like terrible at this. That's why he's lost 3 times.
And secondly, I think the American people need to say, no, I'm done. Actually, you guys don't need to campaign. We've all made up our minds.
Yeah.
We'll see you in November.
Yeah, we don't need to see more of these 2 daughter heads trying to insult each other. It's just horrifying.
It was like, and then watching people respond to it was like, okay, I just, like, y'all, you are the statements right now. This is the statement of our democracy right now. This is what the rest of the world is fucking seeing about this little experiment that we're having known as America. Like, this is representative of that. They're just screaming at each other.
And they're not making any sense. Either one of them were not making any sense.
And as predicted, Giuliani spilled the fucking beans, which means something's going to come out.
Yeah,
I don't know how credible it's going to be, but fucking
what do you mean?
Biden has dementia.
What do you mean?
Giuliani, at the same time that the debate was happening, was on Fox News.
Okay.
And said, as like recapping play-by-play and whatnot, was saying like, oh, well, Biden, he's alluding to the fact that, Biden definitely has dementia. There's been 2 medical experts that have came to say that he has telltale signs of, right? So Giuliani is spilling unvalidated information right now, like they normally do. But I tell you, they've got something. They've got something about his medical record. And I was saying that like a month ago.
I mean, honestly,
but I don't think it's going to do any fucking difference. People who are going to vote for Biden are going to fucking vote for Biden. People who are going to vote for Trump are going to vote for fucking Trump.
And I mean, at this point, you're not voting for either one of them. Neither one of them are in charge of their own faculties. It's not like Trump's like mental state needs to be like, they should not be shining a light on. That's the thing, is like Giuliani might have something, but I don't know that you could prove that Trump doesn't have dementia either. We've got tapes of them, both of them, going back 30 years. They both missed a step. They both look insane compared to how they spoke 5 years ago, honestly. Like 5 years ago, both of them were fine. And now it looks like both of them have had at least one stroke.
It also tells me that the only civilized debate we're going to have is going to be that of Kamala and
it's just going to be... I mean, honestly, it's just...
Because Pence isn't going to yell. Pence is not going to yell at anyone.
No, and Kamala is going to try and bring up major points, and Pence might even try to debate her. Like, we might even have, like, a real, actual debate between the two of them.
Right, like, as far as the sense of debate goes, that might be the most realistic version of which we're going to get.
Well, but that's also, like, those two are the people who will be in charge in the next administration. I mean, I don't know that Pence is really the one making the decisions in the Trump relationship, but I do know that the people who have the most money in Trump's life are making those decisions. So if it's not Pence, it's I don't know, his kids, somebody like that, you know, like somebody who's never going to be on a debate stage. So Pence might as well be a stand-in for them, you know. But Kamala, everyone's electing her. Like, this facade of white supremacy, we're just putting up with because it feels like we have to still as a nation. Like, that's what the decision about Breonna Taylor was all about. It was about America being addicted to white supremacy, so addicted to white supremacy that we're willing to let a whole city just, like, burn down.
Yeah, and obviously you saw the part where he wouldn't denounce white supremacy, as if that was a surprise to anyone.
Yes, why do they keep being like, oh my god, he might be racist? Duh, he's super racist. He's always been super racist. He's been super racist since the 70s, since his family was denying apartments to black people in the 70s. You know, the reason why people are all upset because they're like, oh my god, he called dead soldiers losers. Well, what do you think his family told him when they got him out of that war? He's thought of people who went to war as losers since he escaped a war. Like, that was... Like, that, you know, he took the coward's way out, but his family told him that he was smart for being cowardly.
And you know what's ridiculous is that's the closest thing that we've gotten, like, that Biden or the Democratic campaign has gotten to, like, change your mind, possibly cast some doubt on Trump. To, like, his base. That was the only thing that has even shifted in slight.
And Biden won't. Like, I mean, to be fair, Bernie won't do it either. Bernie won't, just make a final stab. He won't, punch you and then keep punching you. He'll punch you once, and then he'll back off. You know, like, neither one of them will do these death blows.
That's debate. Like, that's the way it's supposed to be done. It's just obvious that we're no longer operating in rules of engagement.
Yeah, I mean, Trump's a bully. You gotta bully him back. One, and two, you have the facts on your side. Why aren't you just raising them repeatedly? Like, it doesn't even have to be seen as aggressive. You can just be persistent at this point, and it'll be an improvement off of what's going on right now, which is just acquiescence. You know, the Democrats, like, act like they're different than the Republicans and they stand for something different, but they always fold to Republicans. So what the fuck does it matter what they actually believe when they just go along with whatever Republicans end up doing? If they don't put up a fight, what is the fundamental difference between the two?
Right. It doesn't really matter now, does it?
No. And that's kind of what I feel like I come away from that debate feeling like. And I love voting, and I love the whole system, and I want to believe that it's awesome and that it's going to work and that my vote counts. But, even with all that enthusiasm, I come away from that debate being like, ugh, God, this is terrible. It doesn't matter. It doesn't fucking matter. Nothing fucking matters.
Yeah, is that where you're at?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
And, like, where would you say that puts you on the emotional scale? Like, is that depressing? Is that relieving for you? What?
A little bit of both, but I sort of feel like that's kind of what this whole Armageddon has been about. You know, America's slow descent into a third world country has been a big wake-up call to the fact that my little life doesn't matter unless I can affect the world around me for some good. Like that could matter. That could be awesome, but nothing matters. Like, there's no way to stop it. America's gonna fall. It's like I'm in a house and the house is coming down and it's going in slow motion and there's nothing I can do to stop it. And there are other people in the house and I can't save everybody and it's just going to happen.
Good. I just want to make sure that you know that there's absolutely nothing that you could do at this moment to stop the house from burning down. Like, we have already reached a point of critical mass.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah. Well, the most I can do right now is to try and inspire people to fight to make their little corner better, is what I'm hoping. I'm hoping that, like, this new ICE campaign that I'm putting together, I'm going to post on the internet today. And maybe I can get people to shut down some of these companies that are operating these prisons. Maybe I can get some of the people who work there to quit. Maybe I can expose how bad it is there and inspire people to fight to stop these concentration camps from existing, because they are a threat to all of us. It's, those brown kids are people who deserve to be fought for, but they're also you or me or anybody who disagrees with the government in the future. Like, they are everyone. And so we have to stop them now, or we have to spread some light now. And if I can work to make some of those people safer or other people more aware, then that matters. Maybe I could do that. But yes, nothing else really matters. And it is, I think it's depressing, but it's also really freeing. It's like, why not do whatever the fuck I've wanted to do forever? So today I recorded that interview, and then I'm recording this conversation with you right now so that we can tell the internet what we think. And then later on tonight, I'm going to edit some of my other recordings, and my whole life is going to be on camera, and people are going to rejoice at the beauty and amazingness that is me. Because I'm not Kathy Griffin, but I can just put a camera on myself all the time and film it and make people watch me anyway.
That is what brings you joy, my love.
Yes. Eventually, I'll have cameramen. Mm-hmm. And one of them will be beautiful enough, and he'll be holding a boom mic, and our eyes will meet, and then we'll make out, and then I won't have to masturbate so much. This is my fantasy. This is what's keeping me going right now, is becoming Kathy Griffin. I'm assuming she had sex with her boom mic guy.
Let me call you back as soon as I get done with ATM.
Okay, I'll talk to you in a minute.
Okay, bye.
Okay, bye.
Or then he couldn't.
You heard it from me, folks. This episode of Super Snarky is brought to you by Alisa, depressed about the debate. If you are an artist and you would like these dab guys to meet you in the location of your choosing for COVID reasons and safety, and interview you about your art, you can totally contact me. Email me at snarkycards@gmail.com. If you would like to support Super Snarky, you can email us, or you can find us at Snarky World, patreon.com/Snarky World. It's got this podcast plus some of my other podcasts. Like I said, my dream right now is to record everything that I ever do all the time so that people can either love me or hate me, but tell me what they think of my art. And I would like to give the gift of my brutal honesty to the world as well. Anyway, I am pretty happy right now about all the recording I've been doing. I feel like that's pretty awesome. I feel like that is me moving forward in the world. That is me spreading my ideas around. That is me participating and just doing what I've always wanted to do, which is apparently become Kathy Griffin, which I really didn't realize until today. Thanks for listening to this episode of Super Snarky. Happy vagina, you guys.